We on Thursday this week that just passed, we conducted an exercise whereby the Premier and myself and all of us in cabinet, in government, allocated resources on how we are going to fund the things that are important to the city of St. Albert, to the city of Edmonton, and to all of the cities and counties and towns and summer villages across our province. And as I've said, you know, it is the government's responsibility, working with our mayors and council, to make sure that they have the resources that they need to build schools and libraries and bridges. Is it okay? Yeah. So we allocate resources on the basis of needs of each and every community. Okay? If that makes sense. Go ahead.
So how are the budget cuts affecting
How are the budget cuts affecting that?
So we have at the provincial level, and that's a good question, we have taken great pains to make sure that we are not going to create difficulties on the core programs and services that our people rely on. Now, obviously, there are some areas that have seen some reductions. For example, I can tell you, the mayor will agree with me, in municipal funding, there is going to be a 9% reduction. And there's a reason for that. I would want to give all of our municipalities 100% of all the money that they need. But the reality is that we don't plug money from trees. There is no pot where you can dip your hand in and get money. You have to work for the money. And there's only one means by which we make money, government makes money, it's called through taxes. And in the last 4 years, and I'm going to speak to only 4 years, this has been going on since 2008. In the last 4 years, we saw a devastation of the most critical sector of our economy. The bulk of the money that government makes comes from taxes. It could be from residential taxes, commercial taxes, and our most critical sector is called oil and gas. And that sector accounts for a large portion of provincial revenue. And in the last 4 years, due to problems overseas, global commodity problems, and some of the policies that we have pursued as a country and as a province, helped undermine that particular sector. So we have to work with what we have. We have to live within our means. You know, if we think about it, if you have a credit card, if you max out that credit card, and if you don't make the required payment, what happens? The credit card company is going to take the card away from you or hike the interest rate. A practical example is because of the debt that we have accumulated in the last 4 years, we are now paying $2 billion on interest rate alone. Debt for 4 years. In 2015, the entire provincial government debt was approximately $12 billion. By March 31st of 2019, that debt became $62 billion. So something has to give. I would prefer to spend the $2 billion right here in St. Albert and across all of our municipalities, rather than to give that particular money to bondmasters in foreign countries, capitals, banks. So, you know, as many of you know, my side of the government believe that we must live within our means. We believe that families and communities can live within their means and manage their budget, then government at the provincial level must do the same.
So, what would you say?
Thank you.
Thank you very much. We have gone above our time. I'm going to... One more question, okay?
Just a quick question. So, what would you say to when you see like money being mismanaged, like roads that don't need to be paved getting paved, or like trees getting cut down that don't necessarily need to be cut down?
So you know, as the Minister of Municipal Affairs, this is a conversation that, and that's a good question that I have been having with our municipal partners. And my message to them is, because they are responsible for many of the things that you're talking about. You know, obviously we have to make sure that our streets are safe. We must build new roads where necessary, and we must build new infrastructure. We must pave the road and make sure that they are clean. That work has to continue. But what I've also said to them is, we have to review all of our programs and services to make sure that they are efficient, that we are spending money on the things that people really want us to spend money on. We are doing that at the provincial level, right? And if we can, we are reviewing all programs and services. And so what I have said to Mayor is, and you know, and listen, our municipal partners, the mayors and council, they get this, they understand that. They understand that because we don't have infinite amount of money, we have to set priorities. And so don't spend money where we don't have to spend. Spend money where you think that it would add value to people's lives, or to infrastructure maintenance and building and things like that. So there's going to be a lot of that particular work going on at the provincial level as well as at the municipal level. All right? Thank you.
What do we say to Minister Kaycee? Okay, so we want to call all the kids, please come. We're going to take this picture with Mr. Kaycee and all members of council, Mayor Kati, Councillor Ray, all the elected officials. We want to take pictures with our kids. We want every